Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a great weekend and everybody enjoyed their Mother's Day. Today, we're going to be working on factoring trinomials. A lot of the same problems that we were working on last Thursday, except for I'm showing you a different method to how to factor these for when we get into a situation where our first coefficient in front of the squared is a number other than 1. All right, so this is just a different way to do what we did on Thursday. To help us when we have a coefficient other than 1 in front of the squared value, squared term. All right, the standing equation of a quadratic is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, where the a, the b, and the c are all coefficients, and c is your constant. It's going to take you a little while to get this, so I'm going to do 4 examples. All right. I know that how many p squareds do we see? I know that we have the number 1 in front of the p squared. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw 2 lines from the A term and the B term, and the C term, I'm sorry. So the first and the third terms, I'm going to put a box here. Now we're going to multiply those terms and put that value in the box. So positive 1 times positive 8 is 48. Okay. Now what we want to do, just like we did on Friday, is we want to list our factors of positive 48. Well, we know we have 48 and 1. Negative 48 and negative 1, 24 and 2, negative 24 and negative 2, 16 and 3, negative 16 and negative 3. Okay. 4 goes into 48 12 times, so we have 12 and 4, and negative 12 and negative 4. And 6 and 8, and negative 6 and negative 8. Just like we did on Thursday, we want to pull out the factors that are going to add up to positive 14. Well, I know that positive 12 plus positive 4 gives me positive 14. So I'm going to write 12 and 4. Okay, so I'm going to pull out those. I don't want to make these into fractions, and you'll see once we get into doing the next step with terms other than 1 in front, this is where this changes for us, okay? We're going to put these both over our first term, our A term. So in this case, our A term is 1. And then you're going to ask yourself, can I reduce any one of these fractions? And when we have a coefficient other than 1 in front, we are going to be able to reduce. In this case right now, today we're working on, we're not going to be able to reduce. So we're going to take our 2 sets of parentheses. The bottom number is going to tell you how many x's you have. So I have 1x, and the top number goes with that, and it's going to be a positive 12. And then here I have 1x and a positive 4. Okay? I know Thursday may have seemed a little more simple, but we have to learn these steps to go on a little bit further. All right, let's look at number 2. You know you have 1n squared. I'm going to draw my what I call bars and box. Multiply my A and my C term. So 16 times 1 is 16. What are my factors of positive 16? Well, I have 16 and 1, negative 16 and negative 1. I have 8 and 2. I have negative 8 and negative 2. And I have 4 and 4. And I have negative 4 and negative 4. Okay? We're looking for those factors that add up to our middle term, our B term, which is positive 10. And we know that 8 plus 2 is positive 10. So write your 8 and your 2. Make them both into fractions and then put them over my A term, my first term, which is 1. All right, today I know I'm not going to be able to reduce. So then I'm going to do my 2 sets of parentheses. I know I have 1x and a positive 8. And I have 1x and a positive 2. Okay. Let's just jump down to where we have a negative in number 10. Okay. I do bars in my box. What number is going to go into the box? Well, I know my first term is 1, my A term, my C term is negative 6. So 1 times negative 6 is negative 6. Now I'm going to list my factors of negative 6. Remember, in order to get a negative number, one has to be positive, one has to be negative. So I know I have a positive 6 and a negative 1. I have a negative 6 and a positive 1, positive 3 and a negative 2, and a negative 3 and a positive 2. So those are my factors of negative 6. So I'm going to ask myself, which one of those factors adds up to my middle term, which is a positive 1? Well, if I look at my factors, 6 minus 1 is 5, negative 6 plus 1 is negative 5, 3 minus 2 is 1, and negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. So I know I'm going to have negative 3, positive 3 and a negative 2. I write them both on the side. I put them both over my A term, which today is always going to be the number 1. I do my sets of parentheses. Okay, sorry about that. I do my sets of parentheses. So I have a 1x and a positive 3. And I have a 1x and a negative 2. So this is my factorization of m squared plus m minus 6. Okay, you guys are going to work today till number 12. Okay, and then on Thursday, we're going to use this same method, but we're going to be dealing with a coefficient other than 1 in front of the squared term, and that's going to give us a fraction that we're going to be able to reduce, and you'll see how that works on Thursday. All right, guys, have a great week. I'll see you on Thursday.